I'm here on the 6th hole, a long and difficult par 3. There's water up the left, there's 3 big bunkers on the right. Now's the time I really would like to know how to get the most out of my practice. How many times do you go down to the driving range, hit a few balls, perhaps you start off and you're hitting away, and suddenly you start hitting it a bit right, so you go, okay, well I need to fix that. What do I know about hitting the balls? Well, I know if it goes right, it must be an open face. So perhaps you shut the face or you make your grip a bit stronger. It starts going well for a little bit and then suddenly it starts going left. I see so many amateurs practice so poorly. All you're doing is reacting to the last shot that you hit, which means there's no permanent improvement curve whatsoever. So don't be a reactive practicer. Don't let the ball control what you're doing. The tour players are fantastic at getting the maximum improvement out of the time that they're spending on the driving range. And the reason for that is they have a very clear plan. I think this little setup that I've got here will really help you to improve the quality of your practice. I've got a ball position club down, I've got an aiming club, and I've also set up these little gates so that I know this is on the right side of the green, this is on the left side of the green, so it gives me an idea of where I'm trying to hit the ball. Golf is a side-on game, and aiming is an incredibly difficult thing to do, so give yourself the best chance of at least practicing positively. So, if you're a beginning golfer, I think the first thing that you need to focus on is ball contact, which what I mean by that is getting the feeling for hitting down on the ball so that you get a good strike, and also sort of educating your hands so that you can control the club face. Obviously, if it's going a bit to the right, the club face is open. If it's going a bit to the left, the club face is shut. So, first thing to practice, just a narrow stance, little swing. So what I want you to do is just keep really still and have the feeling that you get a toe up position here, it comes down, it squares up, and it's a toe up position here. That's the first thing that you want to have on your checklist. So make sure that you get the ball strike really good, you can hit down on the ball and control the club face with your hands and arms. It will never hurt you to put the ball a bit further back. That's going to increase your descending angle and allow you to strike down. So if you're topping or thinning, make sure that ball isn't too far forward in your stance. As a more advanced player, what you want to try to do is to link up your arm swing with your body turn. So you're going to start working on the pivot movement a little bit. So you've still got that same engine of hands and arms, and try to match that up with a little bit of pivot movement. So a little bit wider stance. You could do some practice swings to make sure that you're really turning. You want to keep your feet really stable on the ground, especially that right foot going back. Don't let that right foot roll around on you, because that's going to shift your center off the ball. Lots of little pivot movements to get the feeling of the movement. As a super advanced player, probably what you're going to be working on is the scatter pattern. You know, pick a shot, say, right, I'm going to play 5 draw balls, I'm going to play 5 fade balls. Start working on the skills that you're going to need out on the golf course. So just to summarize that for you, set yourself up with a good practice station here. Takes 2 seconds to set it up. Can use a club, aiming line always, ball position line. I like to use the little gates because I know where I'm trying to hit the ball. As you start to build up your skills, go through a really systematic routine. First of all, get those hands and arms working on the ball strike, and then start to include the weight shift in the pivot movement. If you can spend the little time that you've got maximizing that improvement, in the long term, you'll be a better player.